Yo, let's talk about it. Yo, shout out to everybody already here rocking in the building. I see Primos, Gio, my boy Tony in the building, JD, Dominique, Jose, Raider for Life 1970, Duncan, Carlos. What's good, King? Raider Fanatic. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Tubby, all my guys, Hendricks, man, Dave Maxfield. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. You already know what time it is, man. Middle of the week. Real quick, shout out to everybody in the nation, man. Happy early Thanksgiving, you guys. I hope you guys have a great holiday with your families, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, man. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, man. We get to eat like crazy, get to spend time with the family. So I hope that everyone here and that's in the building thus far has a great holiday season, man. Real quick, let me see. Like that unit with that Oaktown. Oh, yeah, Watts. I thought you would, King. You already know what time it is. Hey, you know what's funny is? Look at the back of this shit. Just waiting until we draft the defense. Shout out to everybody here in the building, though, man. Let me see. Ready to hang out with family, watch football, and eat some great-ass food. That's what's up, JD. Shout out to 1970. Happy Thanksgiving, bro, to you and your family. You as well, King. Yo, Docs, did you see the Kings? Yes. I actually have my Mitch Richmond jersey folded up on my bed right now, waiting for 6 o'clock Central Time so I can watch my Kings play the Hawks. But we definitely got the Memphis Grizzlies up out of there last night. 7 in a row. Sacramento proud, you guys. Like the beam. Real talk, man. Let me see. Silent. Yes, man. Hey, I'm probably going to be wearing Oakland gear all week long. I am going home, you guys, to Sacramento Monday, and I'm shooting a documentary at Oko Saturday. Next Saturday. If you guys are around, you want to pull up, we're going to do a mini doc. I got my boy Money shout out to Ox Online, Bay America. They're coming through. We're definitely going to shoot a mini doc, tell some stories about, our favorite times, tailgating, the experiences inside Oko, the smells of Oko. We're going to talk about A's, Raiders, everything. So if you guys can, man, make sure if you do come out next Saturday at Oakland Coliseum, wear your Oakland gear, man, because we are definitely going to do some crazy work over there. This is going to be legendary, you guys. I wanted to do something for home. I wanted to do something for the roots where we come from. And I thought, what is better than to connect with my brother Money, get to Oakland Coliseum and shoot a doc series over there and just give thanks to our first home, and that is Oakland. You know what I mean? Let me see. Shout out to Gaffler, man. Doc, you an old brother Lynch fan? Nah, Robbie. You know what's funny? Lynch is my guy. That style really ain't my stuff. But I love Lynch though. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of the man. Lynch is a good dude. He's a legend for my city. But that style just doesn't really suit me, like the Tech Nines, the brother Lynches of the world. But I definitely respect what he does, and he's definitely a legend, man. Shout out to brother Lynch from my neck of the woods too. Let me see. We're gonna try Silent to go live. It's just really, really tough because the Wi-Fi over there is terrible. You know what I mean? It's terrible. For those who don't know, there's nothing going on at Oakland Coliseum right now. The A's aren't playing. You know, we moved on to Vegas. So it's going to be, there's nothing going on. So there's no Wi-Fi. I'm going to try and go live, maybe go live on Instagram while we shoot the doc. But this is going to be pre-recorded and, you know what I mean, put up at a later date. Let me see. Shout out to Gio. Everything, King. Everything. You already know. Everything. Looney is my dog. That's my big brother. Shout out to Looney Coleon. That's my brother. And I love Sibo. Love Sibo. Jose, we're going to be all over there. We're going to be all over Oko, bro. We're going to be on by the BART side. We'll be over there shooting some stuff. We're going to be in the front. We're hoping that we can pay, you know, someone over there at the gate to walk inside and try to get as close as to the building as we can. You know what I mean? But if not, we're going to be on the outside of the gates. Just pretty much the whole perimeter of Oko. We'll be out there. Shout out to my dog, Jose, man. Gangsta Dre. Come on, man. You talking about legends right now, Raider Jason. Come on, my brother. Shout out to Big Mike. Let's talk about it. Bro, I'm smelling an upset. Seahawks rush defense is at the bottom of the league. It definitely is. Nate Hobbs is back. For those who don't know, we have 21 days, I believe, to officially bring Nate Hobbs back. But he is back at practice. He definitely is. We don't know if he's going to be ready for Sunday against Seattle, but the hopes is that he's back. We're going to need all hands on deck. You know what I mean? They got Metcalf over there. They got Lockett. They got some weapons over there. And Geno Smith is having a hell of a year. I think he has like 18 TDs. Doesn't Geno Big Mike have the best passer rating or completion percentage in the league right now? I believe he has like the best. Let me see. I know he has something. I think it's NFL completion percentage, right? And he has like 18 TDs. That's crazy. Through 10 games, 18 TDs, and the best NFL completion percentage in the league. That's going to be a tough brother to get down, man. You know what I mean? Real talk. But, hey, you never know. You really never know, man. You don't know with this team. We don't know what Raider team is going to show up. Seattle is a very, very tough place to play. For those who don't know, that stadium is rocking like Arrowhead. Those are the two loudest stadiums in the NFL. This is going to be a tough task, man. We already went on the road, beat Denver in a tough, tough behind enemy lines. Now we're traveling more northwest to play the Seattle Seahawks. They're coming off of a bye week, you guys, in a very, very close loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Germany, I believe, right? So this is going to be a tough one. These guys have a lot of young guys on that team. I believe that they only had like 9 draft picks, you guys. They only had like 9 draft picks in this last draft. I mean, they had more than we did, right? And they hit on a lot of these picks. I mean, the Kobe Bryants of the world, the Tariq Woolens, the Abraham Lincoln, Lucas, you know what I'm saying? They hit. I think that they're second in the league with minutes played by rookies. I think the Texans are number 1 in the league. They have their young guys playing the most. But Seattle, they're getting a lot out of these rookies right now. It's insane, you guys. I mean, Kobe Bryant is killing it right now. I think he is first in the NFL right now in forced fumbles. First in the NFL with 4. He also has 2 passes defensed. PFF ranked him 86th out of 120 cornerbacks in the league with a passer rating allowed of 111.3. He is their starting nickel corner at this point. I never thought that they would move Kobe to the nickel, but he's there. And look, man, he knows how to get the ball turned over in their favor, you guys. Abraham Lucas, one of our favorite players in this draft. I know Andy was very high on him. He's looking really good. They have Charles Cross as well. And then Tariq Woolen, you guys. I mean, this dude is a dog. He's second in the NFL in interceptions with 5. He's played a lot of snaps this season, 676 snaps. That's a lot as a rookie, man. He's already tied with Earl Thomas and Michael Bower for most interceptions in a season by a rookie in Seattle. He is also rated the 32nd out of 120 corners by PFF with a passer rating of 71.7. So we do got our hands full, you guys. This is a nice young team. Geno is doing really, really good things. I do think that this is a game that we can win, though, right? I do. I do believe that this is a game that we can win. We're playing against a young team. They do have some veterans in certain spots. You know what I'm saying? They do have the Metcalfs, even though he's a youngin'. They got Tyler Lockett. You know, Geno's a veteran. Kenneth Walker, man, that boy is a beast. I think he's second amongst rookies with yards, with rushing yards. I believe he's right behind Dameon Pierce, somewhere around 500 to 600 yards rushing. So Kenneth Walker, you know, he can either have a really, really big game or we can keep him quiet. I don't know. With Kenneth Walker, there really isn't any real happy median. It's either he just doesn't do too well or he has a fucking hell of a game. You know what I mean? I know because I had one guy beat me in fantasy with 4 people on the bench. He had 4 people on bye week, and Kenneth Walker had a massive game. And him and who else was it? It was I forgot who else it was, but he had a massive game. Pretty much beat me with 4 people on a bye week because Kenneth Walker had a hell of a game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hawk, man. I think Josh says, fuck the tank. Let's win out and call a great game. Lots of Jacobs against that weak ass run defense, and Adams versus Woolen will be fun. Yeah, man, that's going to be a hell of a matchup. I mean, look, I do love Tariq Woolen. Everybody knows, you know, I was a huge fan of him. I wanted to draft him in this last draft. It didn't fall like that. The cards didn't fall in our favor. But I'll say this. He's a hell of a player, but he what did Devontae Adams, Hawk, what did he say to Patrick Surtain? He ain't ready. He ain't ready. I have a feeling that after this game, Devontae Adams is going to repeat that same shit. He's going to echo the same sentiment that he had after that Denver game. I have a feeling that Devontae Adams is going to look at Tariq Woolen and then look at the camera afterwards and say, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. And I love Tariq Woolen. I love Tariq Woolen. But we're talking about Devontae, high stakes, goatery, Adams. It's a little different. It's a little different. But yeah, man, I really, you guys, I don't really know what to expect from this team. I don't know what to expect going into Seattle. You know, like I said before, these guys had an extra 7 days to game plan coming off a bye week. You know, we're coming off of, you know, a very emotional win against Denver. I don't know where this team sits right now. I just got to kind of just play the background and see where we go with this. You know what I'm saying? Seattle has looked really good in spurts this season. You know what I mean? But I don't really know. I do believe that this is a game the Raiders can win. I know that. I mean, we played other teams very close. We played the Chargers close, the Tennessee Titans close. Those guys are like 7-3, 8-3 or some shit, right? We played Kansas City very close. We should have beat them. They're one of the best teams in the league. So we just don't know what's going on with this team at this point. I don't know. But I do believe that this is a very, very winnable game for these Raiders. Maybe the coaching staff did want to tank. But it's clear as day now. The players don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if Josh McDaniels changed his plan and he's going in a different direction now. I don't know if that Denver win was just one that he wanted so bad because that's the team that fired him. I don't know. I really am so lost with the direction of this team right now. But you know what? I do believe we can go into Seattle and beat these guys. Do I? Look, let me just say this. I want to say this. And I have to say what Wasted said because I truly believe this. Me and him both said this thing said the same thing over the phone. Like, you guys, we don't believe the players are going to go out there and tank. We think that Derek Carr is going to go out there and play his best football he can. We think Devontae and Josh Jacobs are going to go out there and play their best game. Max Crosby as well. The thing is, we're saying the coaching staff, do they want to tank? And if so, if they do, we want to see these young guys. Put the young guys out there and let them ball out. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But it's clear now, like, you know, Josh Jacobs had a hell of a game against Denver. Devontae had a hell of a game. I don't know how you go out there against Seattle. It's going to be probably real rainy out there too. I heard it's going to be a very wet day out there in Seattle. I don't know how you can come off such an emotional win and then go back to just playing like shit. I think these guys expect to go out to Seattle and play a good game and win. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know what to expect from these guys. I really don't. Shout out to Wade. At least we got the Kings to root for, Docs. This is facts, man. This is facts. This is facts. Factory outlet. And I got to say this to you guys, right? When I say, if I say, if we're going to tank, just do it right. That's all I'm saying. It hurts me every time the Raiders lose a game. It hurts me every time we lose. It sucks. But if that's the plan, then just do it the right way. Do it the right way. If we're planning on tanking, then just do it the right way. But I want to say this. YouTubers get caught up on dying on one hill. And what I mean by that, right, is there's a problem with someone. Why can't you feel one way today and feel a total different way last week? Why do these guys, and this, not even just YouTubers, guys, beat writers and guys on ESPN, why do we expect these people to want to just die on the same hill? Like, can we have a different opinion week by week? I don't know what the hell's going on with this team. I don't know what's going on. Like, but if I say Derek Carr had a trash game, that doesn't mean I'm not going to root for him to have a great game the following week. I feel like a lot of these guys like expect you to just die on the same hill that you were on last week. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch this team. I feel different every week. Every week. I don't get it. Some of these guys will literally go live or do these videos and just repeat the same shit over and over and over because they don't want to be proven wrong. They want to die on the same hill. Like, what? Like, why can't your opinion change from week to week? I just really don't understand that. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. My opinions fluctuate week in and week out. I'm never just gonna die on the same hill. I'm probably gonna be on a different hill every week because I just don't know what team we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, you guys, tell these guys, get on them, hold them accountable, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to die on it. Like, you don't have to just repeatedly stick to the same ideology because you're trying to prove a point. No, it's okay to change your opinion on shit. It's okay to change your stance on something. If I'm here right now and Wasted comes on live and makes a great point about something, my mind is definitely going to change. I might be like, damn, you know what, bro? You're right. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I don't get it. Shout out to Sandra. Call me crazy, but if I was coach, I would trade Renfro, maybe even Waller. Sandra, I mean, hey, the offseason, we got plenty of time for it. I'll say that. You know, but I do think that Waller is going to be a huge part of this team moving forward. I don't know about Renfro. I don't know. I really don't. You know, if you can unload that contract, maybe you do. But I would love to see a full season with Devontae Adams, Renfro, and Waller. Will we get it? I don't know. But I would love to see a full season with all those guys at full strength. Shout out to Sandra. Appreciate you, family. Let me see. Shout out to Corey. Hey, Docs, where's this spot at in Seattle to watch the game? Corey, I have no clue, my brother. I have no clue. I have no clue. Anybody from Seattle or the Northwest area, please tell my brother Corey Morgan where to go to watch the game in Seattle. I have no idea. We have Raider bars all over the place, though, Corey. So make sure you just Google Raider bars in Seattle. I guarantee there's a plethora of them, my brother. Shout out to you, King. Shout out to Big Mike. Right? This shit is fluid. Last week, I felt like DC was gone at the end of the season. This week, I think he'll stay. Sorry for bringing up DC, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? I still feel like he's going to be gone. I still think he's going to be gone, but there's nothing wrong with being up and down or wishy-washy with this team. This team is wishy-washy. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's just weird to just watch guys just stick to the same shit over and over and over, the same shtick, because, you know, it brings in views or it keeps their subs growing. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with being inconsistent with this team? They're inconsistent. Why can't I be inconsistent with my opinions? What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, you guys. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Let me see. Man, I've been hearing people wanting Andre to be cut, and for what? We've seen what this line looked like without him. I'm not going to cut Andre, Andre James at all, Julio. He did have a really bad game for us this past week. But I'll say this. I don't think he's going to be a great center by any stretch of imagination. Like he's not going to be that guy. He's not going to be that franchise dude. I mean, he can get it done at the center position, but he's not going to be like when we had Huddy, years ago. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be that dude. If you can upgrade that position, Julio, you have to. You have to. Real shit. I don't know what these guys have planned for Dylan Parham. I like him better at guard, But who's to say you don't move on from Andre James and put Dylan Parham at guard? I mean, at center. I don't want that to happen. But, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Andre James. I think he's gotten a lot better since last season. He has his ups and his downs. He's still a young guy. But, I mean, if you can upgrade that position, you have to do it. It's just like any other position, right? And this is what I say about the whole Derek Carr situation. If you can get a better quarterback than Derek Carr, then go get a better quarterback than Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? If you can get a better wide receiver than Devontae Adams, I'm here for it. I don't think you can. But if you can upgrade that position, you do it. If you can get a better slot receiver than Renfro, you go do it. If you can have Kelsey, you know what I mean, or one of these guys, potentially Mark Andrews or Kittle over Waller, you might have to go do it. It's all about upgrading every position if you can. YouTube says, I feel like Andre James will be better at guard. A lot of people feel like that. A lot of people feel like that. Me personally, I keep him at center for the rest of the season, and then you just kind of reevaluate that position at the end of the season. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building. I'm a kid. I gotta go. I will be on your live stream Saturday or any of your other live streams. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, man. Shout out to you, brother. Real talk. Shout out to Gaffla. I needed this live, blood. Whatever you going through, King, I'm here with you, my brother. You already know. And also, you guys, we are doing a live tonight. Me, Wasted, and my brother Maniel. Health is Wealth, a Built Different podcast. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about physical health. We're going to talk about just everything, you know, prioritizing your health. You know what I'm saying? Health is wealth, you guys. I got some really good news from my doctors today. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to talk about that on the live today and maybe inspire some of our brothers and sisters to make sure you stay getting checked up. You know what I mean? To make sure you're right mentally, physically, spiritually, all that. So stay tuned for that tonight, you guys. 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, where we will be live with Built Different. Let me see. Yes, Laker Nation. This is facts, and I hate even saying that name. The last time we played the Seahawks, they beat the shit out of us. Not sure about a W this week anyways. These boys are always tough, even with sorry-ass Gino. Can you even call him sorry anymore, though? I don't know if you can call him sorry anymore, man. That boy's having a hell of a season. Leads the league in completion percentage. 18 touchdowns. It's big. That is definitely big. And this is an entirely different team that we faced last time. You know what I mean? And we have a totally different team as well. Did you hear our new slogan next year? Win City. Look. I'm so this that I just can't get away from just win, baby. Like it has to be just win, baby. Period. Like real shit. I don't do the Win City. You hear me, Jason? It's got to be. Yeah, just win, baby. That's it. Shout out to Ali. I did blood work yesterday. I just got mine back. He said, man, got them nut x-rays. Definitely got them shits checked too. Shout out to Sandra. I would trade Renfro. Pretty sure a team would pick him up, pick up his contract and free up money along with Waller. Yeah. That's something you may have to think about. You know what I'm saying? That contract is hefty. If you can get let me ask you guys this. If you can get a first, you're not going to get a first. If you can get a top 90 pick, and I said that number for a specific reason. I can't, we'll elaborate it on another show when I have another guest on. But if you can get a top 90 pick for Hunter Renfro, would you guys do it? Let me know. Shout out to Sandra. Shout out to 1970. Adams, Waller, and Renfro have only played 63 snaps together this season. Can't wait to see everyone healthy together next year with Jacobs. Facts. This is facts. Facts. Straight up. Shout out to my dog, 1970. Real shit. Real shit. But the thing is, yeah, we'll talk about that later, 1970. Shout out to my dog. Everybody saying no, yes, I do it. I wouldn't do it. No one's doing a third pick for Renfro. Bulldog, I disagree, brother. I think somebody will give you a third rounder for Hunter Renfro. He's just a season off from having over 1,000 receiving yards and 110, 111 receptions. That's tough. I think somebody would part with a third rounder for him. Why not? I don't know. Now that contract that comes along with it may be a little different, but why not? Let me see. I trade Waller before I trade Renfro. Best ability is availability. SVT. Now, I agree with that, but both these guys have been dealing with, staying healthy. right? I mean, I know Renfro had a played all year last year. He dealt with some stuff, and then this year, the concussions, and then now he's out on the IR. I'll say this: at their best, let's just keep it a buck, you guys. And I have to look at their best when healthy. Waller is a better tight end than Renfro is a receiver. Have to say it. He's a physical specimen. The guy can go up and get it. Yes, he's had some problems these past few seasons, but if we're sitting him out right now and holding on to him for next season to be prepared and be ready to go, I think you get a better Waller than you get a better Renfro. Real shit. Shout out to Webster. I appreciate you, family. Docs, love your podcast, brother. I appreciate you, King. Thank you so much for the kind words, my brother. Shout out. Perfect guy to come in right now. Shout out to my dog, a Seattle Raiders fan. It's finally time. I get to see our Raiders firsthand. I pray we whip the Sea Chickens and take the crowd out of it with AB early, with an early lead. Please don't make me regret dropping $700 on tickets. Raiders, let me say this, my brother. You are a brave individual, my brother, and you are very optimistic. It just sucks that we're 3-7, right? It sucks that we're 3-7 and you spent that much money on these tickets. You deserve better, a Seattle Raiders fan. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this right now. Bold prediction. Bold prediction. You get everything that you ask. You get everything that you've asked for, Seattle Raiders fan. Yes, $700 is a lot, but I think that the Raiders go out there and play a full game. First time all season long, these guys go out there and play consistent from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, and I think we beat the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, even with that 12th man or whatever you want to call it out there in Seattle, the 12s, whatever the fuck. I think we beat them. I think we beat them. I think we go to Seattle and beat them. Coming off that emotional, victory that it boosted that morale in the locker room. I think these guys go up there and win. I think we do. Let me see. Shout out to Seattle, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Derek Carr last 3 weeks, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 814 yards. Oh, great. Look, at the end of the day, man, I'm not, look, the 0 interceptions, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. There's just still some plays that, that could be made out there when I watch DC out there. And I'm like, fuck, man. Throwing the ball, not giving your receivers a chance to catch the ball in bounds, throwing it out of bounds, overthrowing Mac Hollins. There's a lot of plays out there still being left on the field that I feel could have been some game-changing plays for this team where some of these L's could have turned into W's. You have to hold our quarterback accountable. And I feel like a lot of times, Derek Carr goes out there and he'll stuff up the stat sheet, but there's still some of those plays where it's like, God, DC, this could have been a clear touchdown or this could have happened and we could have won this game. So, but those aren't great stats, but I'll definitely take them. Raz DC in the cold though. Yeah, man. But it's Seattle. It's the Northwest, man. I'm here for it. I think we'll be all right. That cold's a little different than Kansas City and Buffalo and New York. I think DC gonna be all right. That's West Cold. That's West Coast cold. And don't get me wrong, I spent winters in Seattle. I've been out there in Seattle. Shout out to Renton. Shout out to the Central District. Shout out to Southside Seattle. I got a lot of people out there. I performed in Tacoma. Shout out to, what was it called? Area 51 in Tacoma. Shout out to the Rainbow Club in Seattle. I performed there. That cold's a little different. It's a little different. Wet cold. There you go, Cambo. Perfect. Wet cold. It's a little different. Supposed to be a little wet too. Facts. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Fupa says the fit crazy today. Sheesh. I appreciate you, my brother. I had to throw my shit on, man. I got so much shit in my closet. I forget sometimes. I forget that I had this. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of Raiders shit. Tacoma hood as fuck. And it stank. Raz, it stank. You know when you slide in attack town, man. You know right when you get in attack town, it smells like straight cow shit. Straight up. Julio, I knew somebody was going to say that. The Rainbow Club is an actual club. It's an actual club. Us, Jacka, Juice, T-Nutty, we all did a show together that night at the Rainbow Club. Fuck you, Julio. Oh, man. Let me see. T. Easley says, I wish you guys held the rest of the team as accountable as you do DC4. T. Easley, man, you're one of you're the highest paid, one of the highest paid guys on this team for a reason. You're the quarterback. I'm always gonna hold. I don't care. I don't care if DC wasn't a quarterback. If Stidham was our quarterback, I'm gonna hold Stidham way more accountable than anybody else. I hold my QBs at a higher standard. Forgive me. I didn't say that our defense ain't shitty. I definitely said that the defense ain't shit, but I also hold my quarterbacks, to a higher standard. There's a reason you get paid $100 million twice. Shout out to Watts. All three going to the Pro Bowl. Jacobs, Adams, and Max. Oh, that's clear. That's clear. That is clear, my brother. Facts. RIP to Jack. This is facts. Let me see. Shout out to AC in the building. Damn, man. I have a Raider cast. It was made out of cast, of football that I've had since I was 4 years old. I think that's you mean clothing. Clothing. Shit. It's probably an old school Bo Jackson jersey. Revoda. Probably a Bo Jackson jersey that I got in the closet. Shit. When have I not? When have I not said the defense plays like shit? But when you're literally the 30th highest paid defense in the league, you have to expect your offense to win some games for you. There's no money on that side of the ball, T. Easley. You're paying Max and you're paying Chandler Jones. Everybody else is getting paid pennies on the dollar at this point on the defensive side of the ball. Let's just keep it a buck, man. You went out and paid Devontae, you paid Renfro, you paid Waller, you paid DC, you paid all these guys. We already know what the defense is at this point. Why am I going to keep beating that shit? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, exactly, Watts. How many times did the defense give the ball to the offense to win the game, though, and we couldn't do it? Look, man, the defense looks like shit. But they've done enough some of these weeks this season to pull off some W's. If the O could have turned, could have scored. It is what it is. Jacobs running that route was filthy. Visual, man. Jacobs is just filthy, period, bro. Facts. Let me see. Yeah. Who do you want to re-sign on D? That's a good question, Corey. That's a really good question. At this point, Chandler's still under contract, so he's going to be there regardless. Bilal Nichols has one more year on his deal after this, so he'll be there regardless. Max, we know he just got the big contract. You have to revisit Rock Sin. You have to see what it's going to look like in terms of money. You know what I mean? Because Rock has looked really good, here and there. You just can't give him top dollar money. You know what I mean? I can't give him top dollar. But I would love to re-sign Rocky Sin on a decent contract. You know what I'm saying? You got to let Harmon go. He's up there in age. I do like Harmon, but I think he was brought in to help this young defense get their feet wet with the scheme. Maybe you potentially revisit the whole Denzel Perriman thing if you can bring him back on a cheap 1 or 2 year deal. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I want to go get a young linebacker, but that's pretty much the only guys I'm looking at this point. Really, I mean, maybe you can bring back Andrew Billings. I want a true defensive tackle, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just go out and re-sign Andrew Billings and say, here, this is your starting spot. You know what I'm saying? So you could potentially look at Andrew Billings. But Denzel and Rock Ya-Sin, that's really at this point it. Everybody else can go on the defensive side of the ball that's not under contract. You know what I mean? Divine Diablo's still on his rookie contract. Merrick's on his rookie contract. You know, I think Amik has one more year. Does he have one more year? I think Amik has one more, right? You know, we got Palomalu, UDFA. We're going to have to figure out what we're doing with him, but I like him. Put him out there. You can't teach those measurables that he has. Well, he's 6'4", you know, lanky safety. I like what he brings to the table. But yeah, man, Hobbs is going to be out there. He's still on that rookie deal. Shout out to Junior. Docs, if we go defense in the first round and Hendon Hooker drops due to his injury, which he will, would you draft him late and groom him or pass on him? I'm definitely drafting Hendon Hooker if he's there in the later rounds. If Hendon falls to that third, between that third and fifth spot, I'm definitely going out to get him. Why not? He's not going to play next year anyway. Whether it's DC or another bridge guy, you can sit him for a year or two. Let him heal up that ACL. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I don't know if Hendon Hooker's still that guy yet. You know what I mean? I know he's 25. He probably won't be 26. Probably 26, 27 before he sees a down in the NFL. But I would take him in the mid to later rounds. Why not? Why not? If you don't get CJ Stroud or you don't get Bryce Young early, me personally, I would love to have Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talk about Will Anderson Jr. too. So, you know, we'll see. Hooker is just, and I'm cool with that. Jamie, I'm cool with that. What's wrong? I would have loved to have Malik Willis right now. He brings something to the game you can't teach. You know what I'm saying? He needs more time too. Like, I really believe that's going to be his team. That Titans team is going to be his team eventually. Yes, he's not, you know, all the way there yet. He's a rookie. He shouldn't be. But if he's just another Malik Willis, and you can get him in the third to fifth rounds, shit, all day, every day. T. Easley, yes. Diablo is still under contract. He's still under contract. Remember, he came out the same year as Malcolm Kuntz. That's funny. Laughing my ass off. Tacoma air really is different. And Seattle cold isn't bad at all. Facts. Buckle up them chin straps and play. Shaking my head. Facts, Seattle. Facts, my brother. This is real shit. Real talk. But yeah, guys, like, let's not go into Seattle and think that just because Geno Smith, a year or two ago, we'd have been like, oh, we're facing Geno Smith, whatever. But once again, first of all, at this point, he's one of the most talked about quarterbacks. Shit, not even just quarterbacks, players in the NFL, because we don't know who he is at this point. If this is who he is moving forward, shit, Seattle may not have to draft a quarterback. They may have their guy if he can sustain this success. But once again, I said it. You know what I mean? He's been consistent this year. I mean, like I said before, he leads the league in completion percentage at this point. He has nothing to lose. And he looks like he's going out there playing like he has nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? I think he's on a veteran minimum this year. I think he's getting paid like $3 million or some shit, right? Did he get paid like $3 million, some shit? Like $3.5 million? Something like that? That's crazy. For you to have a quarterback doing the things that Geno is doing and getting paid $3.5 million, that's crazy, bro. And that's why we were saying, you guys, that if you move on from Derek Carr, that $30 million contract, and you can somehow, some way do the same thing that Seattle does, right? That they're doing right now. You get a quarterback where you can pay cheap money like that and have him perform like Geno and draft all defense and get that defense together, then, hey, man, you might be able to build something. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. Geno's going to get paid this next offseason. It's just facts. He's not going to play again nowhere near, you know, that rate. You know what I mean? Unless he just shits the bed for the remainder of the season. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's in a perfect world. You have a QB like that on a cheap contract and he's overperforming. He's outperforming, you know, the going rate. Straight up. Shout out to Big Mike. Geno Smith might be on that Rich Gannon trajectory, having success in the league late in the game. Great analogy, Big Mike. Great analogy. I love that. Love that. For those who don't know, you know, Rich Gannon played for the Minnesota Vikings. He played for the Chiefs, and then he came to the Raiders and went to a Super Bowl, won an MVP. I mean, That's crazy. I don't think Geno has that kind of ceiling, but he definitely is showing out right now. Definitely. Let me see. Geno wants revenge on the Oakland Raiders. Shout out to Nomad. He says, salute, Docs. Let's go sign Patrick Beverly. He got that dog in him. For those who don't know, man, he pushed the fuck out of who was it last night that he pushed? Who was it? It was Phoenix's center, right? DeAndre. It was DeAndre Ayton, right? Didn't he push DeAndre Ayton last night? Love that shit. He tried to stand over Austin Reeves, got his ass shoved. Love that shit. Let me see. Hobbs gave that boy a sleeper last time. Talk that shit, Monroe. Shout out to Greg, man. You too, my brother. You too. I want to see some of Seattle's rankings right now, you guys. I know they have a really, really poor run defense. So I think that if we're trying to win this game, if this coaching staff really wants to go out there and put an ass whooping on Seattle at their home, you got to run the ball, right? It's clear as day. This is a game where you have to run the ball to set up the pass. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Give Josh Jacobs the ball. If Zeus is in there, give Zeus some reps. If not, maybe it's time, to give our seventh rounder a few reps here and there. You know what I mean? He's been out there special teams. But I want to see Britton Brown get some actual reps at running back. You know what I mean? Run the ball. Run the ball heavy. Run the ball heavy against this team. They are terrible stopping the run. And what does that do? It sets up the pass. You know what I mean? Yes, they got some nice corners out there. You know what I mean? They have, like I said, Kobe Bryant, first-year guy out of Cincinnati in the slot. You know what I mean? And I said this earlier on in this in the live, you guys, he leads the league in forced fumbles. You know what I'm saying? They have Tariq Woolen on the other side with 5 picks. I think he's second in the league in interceptions. So you definitely have to run the ball to set up the pass. Definitely. Seattle gives up 4.6. That's crazy, T. Deasley. That's crazy. So give Jacobs the ball and have him run that shit down their throats. Facts. Let me see. Zeus has been a bit disappointing. G-Town, that's an understatement. He's been very disappointing. Even in the brief stints that he's out there, it's like he's just running into his offensive lineman. I kept saying that, Zeus just looks like a north-south runner at this point. I don't really is there been any plays, you guys, that you've seen him kick outside or you know what I mean, try to display any kind of elusiveness? It seems as though he's just running up the gut and running it into his lineman. You know what I mean? But we can't really blame this shit on Zeus. Blame it on the coaching staff. They're not getting him involved. You can't really blame it on Zeus. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't looked good. With the time he's been out there, I mean, outside of a few plays, but we can't really blame it on Zeus. Blame it on the coaching staff. How do you expect him to get his feet wet when he only gets a rep or two here and there? You got to blame Josh. You got to blame Josh McDaniels for that. Facts. Blame him. Blame him 110%. Let me see. It's McCormick. Yes. McCormick's on the season-ending IR. Facts. I can't wait. I hope the Raiders give Sincere McCormick a chance next year. I'm telling y'all now, bro, I believe that Sincere McCormick can be one of those guys, like one of the next big running backs in this league. I'm telling you. Go watch Sincere McCormick's film. I am a huge, huge fan of Sincere McCormick. Straight up. Let me see. Yeah, he needs more than one carry a game. This is facts. 1970. T. Deasley, DK, and Lockett is scary versus. Well, let me say this, T. Deasley. If you have Nate Hobbs and Rock Ya-Sin out there, is it really scary? I mean, DK is a physical specimen, but let's just keep this shit real. Like, DK to me is just he's not the best route runner. You know what I'm saying? He's not the best. He's not, you know what I mean? He's not like a crazy. He's just a big receiver that can go up and get the ball. If Nate Hobbs is out there with Rock Ya-Sin, I'm not too worried about these dudes. I'm not too worried about them. Geno will take a few shots to DK. It happens. But let's not act like he's just running go routes. He's just DK, Pete Carroll, go run a 9 route. Just go run a 9 route every time. Facts, visual. Facts. Just go routes. Just go. Let me see. And, Julio, that's what I was going to say. Real shit. Another UDFA with James that just got traded to the Jets, right? Nose ring, y'all. No booger. Nose ring. No booger. No booger. No booger. He could be him. A UDFA that comes in and just takes the league by storm. And I think James is a one-time Pro Bowler too, right? With Jacksonville before he went to the Jets. Let me see. Oh, Watts. I think that we draft 2 corners in this draft. I think we get 2. I think we get one in the first 3 rounds, and we get another one somewhere in that 3 to 7 range. And we probably get a few more UDFAs. We're going to go get some corners with all these guys in 1-year deals, Rockyason and and Anthony Averett, who shit the bed since he's come over from Baltimore. I believe we're going to go get a bunch of these guys. Let me see. Go routes and slants. who TDs? Who they call slant boy? Michael Thomas. McCormick is a straight dog. Saw him play at UTSA last year. He was the heart and soul of that offense. There you go. I'm telling you, G-Town, let him know, King. Let him know. OG Face says, any of those DBs from Illinois, please get them boys. They are dogs. This is facts, Fade. Let me see. Facts. Fraz says, no more red dread. Yeah, that's facts, bro. No more red dreads in the silver and black. Maul, I'm a huge fan of Joey Porter Jr. Out of Penn State. I take him damn near in every one of my mock drafts. I would love for us to be able to go get Joey Porter Jr. To be real with you, if we get Jalen Carter in the first round or Will Anderson Jr., if somehow, some way Joey Porter falls to the second round, I'm going to get Joey Porter Jr. in the second round. Or I would try and package some shit up and trade up for him. I like Joey Porter Jr.'s game. Let me see. TD's, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. This is the time, man. You're 3-7. We were 2-7 when he went out there and shit the bed last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give these young guys a chance to go out there and get some reps and get their feet wet. These guys are still not even used to the speed of this game, TDs. They're still used to being college guys. You know what I mean? So allow some of these dudes to take their bumps and bruises right now. I don't think he's a Band-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I just think that he's out there getting reps because, Nate Hobbs is hurt. We're kind of thin at the corner position right now, and he's just getting his reps. Duncan, because it looks like I'm picking my nose, brother. So when I go like this, nose ring, no booger, nose ring, I'm letting people know I'm not picking my nose. I'm just moving my nose ring around. OG Fade, no running back in the early rounds. None at all. Joey Porter Jr. is probably the best corner. Facts. That's my guy. I just love Penn State defenders too. Like, I love Penn State defenders. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Bro, people are happy we won, but what happens if we lose? Same energy. And yes, winning is great for the locker room, but keep it simple. Look, man, at this point, I'm celebrating either way. Moving forward, I'm celebrating either way. Because all I can do is just speak my piece, right? But I'm just going to celebrate either way. We win, yes. Want my team to win. We lose, well, draft stock. So at this point, it is what it is. I'm just going to go with the flow here. Whatever direction these guys are going in, I'm rocking with them. And I know a lot of people don't trust the coaching staff. I do. And I expect these veterans like Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, these guys to go out there and play their hearts out. as they should. So, you know, even if these coaches do want to tank, I think these players are like, fuck that. Go out there and play however, you know, and play as hard as we can and get these dubs. So I don't know. Let me see. Facts, Mark. The greatest wide receiver in the game right now. I'm so proud to be able to call him a Raider, man. And he's going to break his record this year in receiving yards, you guys. I think he was 1,500 with Green Bay last season. He's already at like 950 or 925 or some shit already with 10 TDs. He's going to break that. He's going to break that this year. Watch. G-Town. Shit, bro. How many is it? I think, right? Like, isn't it like 14 at this point? Isn't it like 14? Somebody correct me in the chat. Don't we have like 14 draft picks at this point? With maybe, is it 12, 13? Somewhere between 12 and 14. But I believe we can get some comp picks as well. I believe you can probably get one for Marcus Mariota. I think you can get one for Nicholas Morrow in Chicago. There's some other potential comp picks that we can pick up, but we got a lot of picks. That is the reason, you guys, why Zeig remained really, really quiet at the deadline and didn't make any moves. Because there's a lot of draft. We have a lot of draft stock, a lot of draft capital moving forward. Facts. Let me see. Shout out to G-Town. We all love our Raiders, and winning builds a foundation for this new regime. Yeah, 1970. This is facts. The only thing that you have to remember, though, brother, and this is why it's confusing to me, like what direction we're going in. A lot of these guys aren't going to be here next year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're building a winning foundation with some of these guys, but a lot of these guys aren't going to be here. You know, who's to say that we bring these UDFAs back? Who's to say that Luke Masterson or Darian Butler's on this roster? Who's to say that we bring Denzel Perriman back? He's not really that much of a fit scheme, to be honest with you. And he's a free agent. He can move on. He can move on. Deron Harmon probably won't be here. There's so many players. Probably half of our team right now, half of our roster won't be here next year. So yeah, it's like you're building a foundation, you know, a foundation of winning, but most of these guys won't be here next year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maul. Y'all got to chill on with facts. Remember, Nnamdi was getting cooked his first few years and became a good player for us. Learning under fire. Great comment, my brother. Shout out to you, Maul. Appreciate you, King, on the donation. As always, my brother. Let me see. John B says, if Zeke drafts like this year, he needs to go. Only basically 1 to 2 people decent from this one we got. It's too early to say that. It's too early to say that, bro. How? I mean, Dylan Parham was definite still. I think we shit the bed not going to get Tariq Woolen, to be real. But, I mean, we don't know what Zeus is yet. I like Mumford. I think we may, not saying it's a for sure thing, but we may have our right tackle of the future with Mumford. He's going to get better with time. He's going to get better with more competition around him. I like Mumford. Look, we don't even know what we have with Matthew Butler and Neil Farrell, John B, at this point. Like, we don't even know what we have. These guys have rarely played. So we got to kind of pump the brakes on that. And then Sam Webb, a UDFA that's out there starting right now for us, yes, he's going to get cooked. That happens, but he's looked good as well here and there. Palomalu had a couple nice little plays against Denver. We don't know yet. We have to kind of chill and pump the brakes on that. You know, let's revisit that same comment a year or two from now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, rock and steady. But I think that's where his bread and butter is anyway, the UDFAs. I think that Zeig knows exactly what he's doing with those UDFAs. I think that Zeig is probably on the phone with UDFAs before the draft is even over. He's like, look, if you were there, you're a Raider. What's up? Like, I think that Zeig can't wait until the draft is over so we can make it official. That's his bread and butter. You know, the JC Jacksons of the world. Yeah, T. Deasley facts. Parham was a steal. I think he's going to be an all-pro guard in a few years. Mumford can be a very, very serviceable right tackle. I'm not going to give any expectations on Munford, to be honest. I don't think he's going to be like an all-pro or a Pro Bowl guy, but he can be a very serviceable right guard. And that's all you can ask for. Big John Tillery looked good too. Yeah, he did. And he looked hungry. He looked like he was excited to play for the Raiders. He ran in that locker room celebrating. He looked good in the silver and black, but most people do. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Tyler Hall, Jay Lewis, surprisingly has been in the NFL for 3 years. Who would have thought? Shout out to you, Danny Berry, my dog. Who would have thought? I didn't know. I had no clue. But apparently he played for the Falcons and he's been in the NFL for 3 seasons. Yes, Daniel. Thank God. Oh, my God. If we would have overpaid that man to come in. Oh, shit. Yo. The plan was always, Daniel, to go get Devontae Adams. That was the plan. Thank God that happened the way it did. For real. They definitely did, Watts. Definitely mixed up the D-line last week. You seen Bilal Nichols almost get to the quarterback. You seen Tillery putting some pressure in the interior of the D-line. You know what I mean? Definitely mixed up the D-line against Denver. Let's see more of that this week. Let's see more of that. You know, we're playing against some young guys out there in Seattle, man. They got a young line. You know, Charles Cross, rookie. Abraham Lucas, rookie. You know, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's get these guys on their heels. Let's have Geno out there running for his life. But do you want Geno to run for his life? Because that he may make us pay for it, but it is what it is. Let me see. Is Chandler Jones going to be? Yes. That contract is one of the ones that can come back and bite us in the ass, Barry. That's one contract that can come back and definitely beat our ass. He'll be here, though. Play Kuntz. Man, Zach, that's my guy, bro. That is my guy, bro. My guy, bro. I'm about to start posting all of my mock drafts from last year and all my lives in the community tab. And I want to show you guys how much I was beating the table for Malcolm Kuntz out of Buffalo. Nobody even knew who the fuck he was. And I was like, go get Malcolm Kuntz. Go get Malcolm Kuntz. I didn't think we would get him in the 3rd round at all, to be real. But I thought we would have got him in the later rounds. But go play that man. Yeah, rookie tackles on both sides. I really like our chances. This is facts. Max is going to, oh, man. These guys are going to cook these guys. Hopefully, Big Mike. Chandler's going to be on Lucas's side, right? So I think, yeah, Cross is the right tackle. So we got Max on Charles Cross, got Chandler Jones on Abram Lucas. I'm here for it. Better put some pressure out there. Better. This is the game to do it. 2 young rookie tackles on the left and right side. Let me see. But yeah, you guys, we're going to be definitely doing some more Raiders in Seattle talk before Sunday. I just wanted to come on midweek. I know Thanksgiving is tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And we're doing a Built Different tonight. So I wanted to be able to come on and talk a little bit about the Raiders before we, moved on and talked about something else tonight on the show with my brother Wasted and my brother Moneyel. But yeah, you guys, we'll talk more about it. Come Friday, we'll do some predictions. We'll do some some predictions, some bold predictions, some bold takes. And we'll break that game down a little bit more come Friday or Saturday. But with that being said, you guys, we're an hour in. I'm going to get out of here. Pull up on us tonight, you guys. Built Different, 10 o'clock p.m., 7 o'clock Pacific. We're going to be talking about mental health, physical health, health is wealth episode on Built Different. I love you guys. Wipe them feet on the way out, meaning hit them thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, man. Happy Thanksgiving to all the people that won't be on the show later on tonight. I appreciate you guys. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. One.